Well, hello and welcome to Cold Bloody Sports. We are back. It is Tuesday the 17th of June and we are literally just back from our holiday. My name is Stephen. This is Pamela.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
How was your
you?
holiday?
It was wonderful, thank you.
So do you want to tell them what you come back with?
Conjunctivitis.
And where have you been?
The chemist to get my drops.
Because you've got nippy eyes.
Got nippy eyes. It's giving me a headache.
What's your plans for today? What you up to? How are you feeling about being back?
Yeah, feeling good about being back. We obviously had the trivia at the house yesterday, so that was a busy day and a mountain of washing to do. So that was a busy day yesterday. Today has been catch up, emails to reply to, just get through the inbox, and I was dealing with, I'm going to get the phone line swapped because the internet is going to be turned off. It is turned off because the line, the digital line, the other line, the analog line is now being turned off. So we're out of contract with BT and I refuse to put a new BT contract in its place because we're moving. There's no point in having a BT contract if we're going to be moving.
Can you clarify that we're not moving store?
No, we're moving the telephone services. Telephone services from BT to Sky.
Because now there's 14 people in the comment section that's just saying they're moving, they're shutting down. So
no.
can you please have to be
We're moving the telephone services, so there'll be a little bit of upheaval whilst we wait on the Sky engineer coming out to put the Sky line in, and we're going back to a hard line. When I say a hard line, it will be a digital voice line, so over Wi-Fi rather than the old traditional plug your phone in the wall, because the contract we've got with BT is not worth what we're paying for it, so we want out of it as quickly as possible. So we're moving back to a hard line, so we'll be changing our number and sorting that out just in due course.
So there's no way that we can keep that number?
No, because they took that number away to put it as a port onto a mobile number, so there's no way to get it back. It's been put down the tubes.
I'm sure they'll be able to do something with it.
Well,
you could ask them.
I can ask them. I need the line in first, and then I can ask them to see if we can get the old number back. But we need to get the line in first. So, I've been working on that yesterday. Got new water services, so we're saving a bit of money with that. That's quite good.
So, what's your main reason for getting rid of the one phone?
Because it's not worth the money. It'd have taken £170 a month, which includes the broadband, which is only £45 a month. So for 130 quid, give or take, we're getting calls and texts and no data with no phone, because we bought the phone from a hardware grant they gave us. So £110 contract. When I asked them for a mobile contract, but I wanted to keep the 0141 number and port it onto it, they said that's fine, we'll give you this one phone contract. We weren't told when we were sold the contract that it actually includes 5 mobile contracts. We're paying for 5 mobile contracts when I only wanted one. It was totally missold. 5 SIM cards come through and they said as long as you don't activate them you'll not pay for them. I didn't activate any, I only used one, but we're still paying for 5, and there's no way, it's a minimum of 5 SIM cards for the one phone. So it was completely and utterly missold. I've complained about it, I've tried to get something done for it, and they're just refusing point blank to move on it at all. So I just want out of it as quickly as possible. It's a terrible contract. I don't see how any company, and the company that I work for out with this, uses mobile phones, and they have a far better deal than what we pay for. So it's been humongously badly sold and I really don't agree with it. So I've had enough and we're moving back to a far more affordable line and cancelling the contract with BT.
Cool.
That is the plan.
So what's your plan for the rest of the day then, other than that?
Emails. I need to get my head back in to see where we're up to with orders. I had to clear a massive amount out before we went off, but I know there's some stuff outstanding, so I need to get that done. Yes, all that's getting done.
Okay, well I'll leave you in peace then.
Yes, a lot to do.
Okay, bye. So it's 8 minutes past 2 and it's been a very, very busy day for me so far. I have had a multitude of skate sharpenings in. I've had a glove repair which I didn't record because the customer was in a hurry to get away. I have had probably somewhere in the region of 15 sharpenings, and I've had a couple of heat molds that I've had to do as well, and one profile. I didn't record that because again, I was running slightly late when I got to the store today. I managed to get everything caught up and get everyone away as quickly as possible. We did have one customer who had messaged to tell us that they had been trying to get us every day that we were open, but we've not been open for the last 10 days. So yeah, we got a message to say that she was waiting outside and we were obviously late, so we messaged her and apologised and said that we would be here as soon as possible. And when we got here, there was a slight queue. I think there was about, like I say, there was maybe about 10-15 people waiting outside, which is unusual for a Tuesday. But that's usually what happens when you're off for a couple of days. I say a couple of days, but it was 10 days in Salou, and I kind of want to go back right now. I've kind of had enough already. And I say that in a jesting way. Basically, the situation for me is I've got a lot of stuff that I need to do, and I start another job on Monday, and that's just going to be an extra part-time income. It's only going to be 1 day a week, but because of the fact that the way that the work actually works, 3 weeks training that I've got to do, so I have to go back on 2-3 weeks training. It could be shifts Monday to Friday, or it could be over the weekend just for 3 weeks, and then I drop to 1 day a week, which will be a Monday, which means that my usual editing day will need to change. So my Monday that I usually do all of my uploads will now need to change to a Wednesday night or a Thursday, which is not necessarily the worst in the world. It's just something that's going to have to take place, because obviously at the end of the day you need some cash coming in, and obviously summer is very, very quiet for us, so it's a lot of work but not a lot of income, so we have to supplement the income, hence why Pam works another job, and obviously I'm going to be working another job. I don't know if this is going to be a long-term thing or if it's just going to be for the summer, but we'll see how it goes. I have had an offer of something different as well, but it is still in the driving capacity of working, so I am going to see how this one goes for the next 3 weeks, and then I'll make a decision. If it's for me, I'll stick it. If it doesn't work for me, then I'll move on to something different. But other than that, I have quite a lot of stuff to get done today with regards to editing. I have to try and get some short videos done because our short content finishes on the 20th, so 3 days time, and that has to be a priority for me to be able to keep our streak up and keep our viewers interested and entertained. And we actually have to try and see if we can get some emails done to some suppliers as well and let them know what's going on with orders and such like. Just quickly wanted to come on and show you these. These are wild. It's the new Bauer Flylights. Now, we didn't get these directly from Bauer. It was a customer who had bought them directly from Buckstop, and they are very, very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. I don't know if how many people have actually had a look at them up front or up in person, but they are very, very light. They're very, very nice feeling. There's a bit of skate dust on there. I'm going to make sure that's cleaned off before we give it back to the customer. But I like the colours. The colours really pop on them. Obviously, one of the things that I have noticed is the footbed is slightly different than the previous models of Hyperlights. You've got the carbon, and then it kind of goes up into the heel the same way that the lights of the Ultrasonics would have done. That's obviously probably to give a little bit more stability through the power in your stride. Yeah, really, really nice skates. So it's 11 minutes past 5, that's the today finished. The first day back has been done, and it's been basically relatively busy. Pamela's been pretty much welded to the computer the whole day, and I've been kind of welded to the sharpening machine. We got a wee bit of time in between. There was a couple of people come in to catch up with us because they hadn't obviously seen us for a little while. But
anybody was out in the shop for 10 days.
Exactly, but then again, apparently we're not allowed a holiday.
We're not allowed a holiday.
But anyway, right, that's us finished for today. We'll be back in tomorrow, bright and early, 5 PM. What's happening, guys? It is Wednesday the 18th of June, it is 5:34, and we've just had quite an interesting thing happen. So Pamela, I'm going to give her the camera and she's going to go and deal with it.
So we have a lovely customer who has managed to find a pair of Bauer Supreme M40s in a senior size 13, but we have a small issue with the oven. They're slightly too long for the oven, but we've managed to get them in enough that we will get enough heat in them to get a good heat mould on them. So it's the first time we've ever had that issue.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've never ever had that before. We have had, I think the biggest size of skates that we've ever had in the store was a size 15, but it was a graph. It was an oversized, way back when we first started. But it's very, very few and far between when you can find skates that size. I don't know if you guys can hear up the stairs. I might leave this raw and not edit the audio, but there is a lot of banging going on up the stairs because there is a class on up the stairs. But anyway, tonight so far has been pretty quiet. There's been 2 or 3 sharpenings so far, and we're now doing a heat mould for these absolute mammoth skates. We'll see what else tonight brings. Just to show how sarcastic this is. This is my hand. I wear a size 14 glove. Look at the size of the skates in the holder. That's wild. Absolutely massive. Total boats. I'll see if I can find a normal size skate. Oh, but still. Here is a pair of inlines, which are a size 6. Beside these things. Totally dwarfs them. But yeah, this is what we deal with. Read and adapt. Right, I don't even know what time it is, but here we have another conversion that has now come in. So I'm going to try and get this done as quickly as I can. So let's literally take the chassis off of these and put them onto these. It's 8:20 right now, or 8:19, whatever you want to say, and that's us basically finished for the night. So it was busy with sharpenings to an extent, more heat moulds, more first time sharpens from when obviously people have been buying stuff elsewhere and bringing them in, and obviously there was a conversion that came in, as you would have just seen there just now because I time lapsed it. So the conversion was pretty straightforward. It was literally just a case of taking the chassis off the donor boot and then putting them onto the actual better boot. So how's your night been?
It's been busy. I had figure skate collection. I had a figure skate fit. So she had a problem with the clavicular area in the foot where she has developed she explained that she was a dancer when she was younger, so she had developed calcification in the foot where obviously maybe from doing splits or dragging her foot along the floor or whatever, ill-fitting shoes or dance shoes or whatever has caused it over the years. But when she's been skating, she's been getting a lot of pain. She had come in saying that she believed she had flat feet and that she needed a wider skate, but wanted to stay in the deer. But on closer inspection, she actually had a pretty normal arch. She didn't have a flat foot, she didn't even have a wide foot. What she did have was the build-up of this calcification, which we call the extra bone in your foot, which had been causing a lot of pain in the arch area, which made her feel like she had arch pain, which made her feel like she had collapsed arches, but really it's probably coming from this area. So we punched her old boots and resized her for an upgrade because she's ready to move up into the overtures. So she went for the overtures, got them sized up with the understanding that they will probably need punched as well, and we punched out her Adia waves to give her a wee bit extra space, and she's got an exam on Sunday, so hopefully that allows her to do her exam with no pain. So we did all that, and that took quite a while because we chatted through everything, and then we got our skates sharpened for the first time in 18 months because she never got them sharpened. So hopefully that doesn't damage our chances of the exam. But they're nice and crisp and sharp and ready to go. So that was quite positive. I really enjoyed that. She was a lovely customer. Yeah, I've been. And then obviously Ruth popped in, which is, she was part of the CBS gang from Post Twins.
Post Twins and Post Families and stuff like that. So
Post
Ruth
Twins.
and Michelle used to work here. So
Ruth and Michelle used to work here. Michelle was brought on board to do. Well, we've always been very close. In fact, the two families have been very close through the years. You obviously used to train at the gym with James and played on and off through scrimmages over the years with him, and obviously we're very good friends with Ruth and luckily her wife Michelle. And Michelle was brought on to do my maternity when I went off to have the twins, and she stayed on for that whole season. And genuinely, without a doubt, if we had the money, Michelle would be top of my list to have back because she is fantastic. So is Ruth. Ruth and Michelle was like me and you. We were like the double act, weren't we? Ruth was so like Stephen, on Stephen's wavelength, loved the back shot, loved the working on the skates, and Michelle was really good in the front. She loves the equipment. She's still clued up on it even to this day. And if I could have them back, I don't win a lottery, so we can have them back because I'd have them back in a heartbeat. It worked fantastically with them. But anyway, it was Ruth who has made it back to hockey for the first time in a long time. Was in getting her skates sharpened. Ruth, another bit of information, was one of, I don't know if she was the first, but she was certainly one of the first females to play SNL after, I believe it was her dad.
Yep.
Had got the rule changed so the females could play up to SNL, because up until that point they weren't allowed to.
They could only play to under 18s and then go to recreational.
So her dad got the rule changed and Ruth played with North Ayr SNL at the time, with the likes of her brother James Wallace, Liam Riddle. There was quite a few she played with in the day. So she played just as hard and just as fast as every other person on that team. So it's good to see her back. I don't know if it's good for all the opposing people that she'll be playing against.
Yeah.
So I hear, but it's fantastic to see her back. Michelle's back as well, so they've obviously had their girls. Yeah, it's good to see her back. So it's good to have a natter, a catch up, sort out her skates, sort out with some neck guards, chin straps, bits and pieces. And I believe she might have bitten the bug enough to upgrade her helmet. She didn't upgrade anything else. Just a helmet. And it's only because Michelle wants a new helmet. She doesn't want to see green cheese go by. Hi Ruth. So yeah, that was good. So yeah, I'm just blathering, so.
One of the things I actually showed Ruth has been away from hockey from that long. The sticks that she used to use or still uses, she's this kind of square toe, uses the same kind of curve as that I use. She was using a Supreme stick the last time I think I seen her on the ice, and I let her see and feel the KYC sticks, and she was totally blown away with the weight of them. So hopefully it won't be long until I see my custom one here, so I can get it on the ice and give it a try. But other than that, there was genuinely nothing really get done tonight. There was just genuine customers that are just coming in, chatting. Usual Wednesday night, it was actually quite quiet for a Wednesday. Usually we're really rushed off our feet, but it was kind of quite quiet for the first, probably say, hour or so, and then it started to get slightly busier.
Quite consistent. There was always somebody in or something to do. I don't think I've had my laptop on, so I'll be going back on, I'll be going back shut and home and down the road. So yeah, so when we go down the road tonight, I've actually got some uploads I've got to do. I actually have to try and finish off doing the short videos because we finish on the 20th and it is the 17th at the moment, or the 18th at the moment. So I've only got 2 days of short videos left on all platforms, so I've got to go and do that. And then I've got a couple of videos that I've got to upload because we only have 2 videos left on our YouTube schedule as well. So I have to try and find some content for you guys to make it actually worthwhile you guys watching. So we will try and see what else we can dig up over the next couple of days. Obviously we are closed tomorrow, which is Thursday. We're back in Friday and Saturday, and we'll see what we get from then. But I think I might have enough for a small video just now, so I will say like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and what have they got to do? Catch us on the next one.
Keep it cold.
Keep it cold bloody.
Bloody amateurs, I'm telling you.